Hello, and welcome to Talking GTA episode 25. I'm your host, Hugo1, and this is a podcast about all things Grand Theft Auto related. If you want to be included in the conversation, feel free to email talkinggta69@gmail.com or call 1-818-691-5807 and leave a message. Today's episode, we have a very special friend on the podcast. His name is SlickSchnatts Syndicate on Twitch, or you may know him as Super Duper Nick on YouTube. Slick is a GTA know-it-all, to put it simply, and that could be a good or a bad thing, depending on how you look at it. He thinks about GTA topics in a really deep way, and so that's why I thought it would be fun to have him sit in for an entire episode. Hello, Slick.
Hello, audience. Hello, Hugo.
So the nickname Slick comes from Devin Weston's "Slow It Down, Slick" line to Michael in GTA 5, right?
Basically, yes. It was a cool word I thought of when it was something that rhymed with my name in real life.
Okay, cool. Which is what?
Nick.
All right, Nick. Or I'll just call you Slick since it's the cool word you came up with. I'm going to ask you a bunch of rapid fire questions so the audience can get to know you better, okay?
Sure.
All right, here you go. All right, first, what is your favorite GTA?
GTA Vice City Stories.
All right, what is your favorite city in San Andreas?
Unpopular opinion, but San Fierro. I just like it.
Yeah. Which Liberty City is better, GTA 3 or GTA 4?
I'm going to say GTA 4. GTA 3, I know better, but I like the look of GTA 4 is a little better.
All right. What is your all-time favorite GTA radio station?
All-time favorite radio? I'm going to say Flash FM.
Okay. Is it true you had coffee stirs up your butt at some point in your life?
Yes.
Who is your favorite GTA protagonist?
Favorite GTA protagonist? I believe Tommy Vercetti.
Who is your favorite GTA antagonist?
Favorite antagonist? I'm gonna go. Does it have to be main antagonist every game, or just like? All right, my favorite antagonist is. That's something I never really thought of, but if I had to choose one, I'm gonna go with Tenpenny.
Okay. Is it true that somebody once said you're like an old man in an old man's body?
Yes.
Who do you think killed Floyd from GTA 5, Deborah or Trevor?
I'm going to say Trevor.
Okay. All right, last question. Who the fuck is Tommy?
Somebody I used to run with back in 1986.
Today's video is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. You may be looking for a new mobile game to play, and it is finally time for you to give Raid Shadow Legends a chance. Awesome visuals and loads of powerful champions like my favorite Gallic, who is big and powerful and has the sick Hellraiser skill that attacks all enemies at once. I also love Crusader and his giant sword that can cut down an enemy with one swing and lead your team to victory. How about getting a legendary champion for free? Check out Sun Wukong, Raid's take on the Monkey King from Chinese mythology. He's made his grand appearance in the game, and it couldn't be easier to get him. Just log in on 7 different days between now and October 23rd to get your hands on him for free. With all of this exciting stuff and more coming to Raid, if you haven't started playing yet, then what are you waiting for? Use my link in the description or scan the QR code to get an awesome starter pack that'll help you crush everyone today. Okay, great. Thank you. All right, now everybody knows Slick. Let's get into the normal stuff of the podcast. First, we'll start with the comments from last episode where we talked about the Red Dead 1 port and some other things. First comment from JPS says, I get everyone's disappointed that Red Dead is just a port, but I'm glad that we're getting this at least. I've been wanting Red Dead 1 on the PS4 since Red Dead 2 came out. I'd like to play both games back to back without digging out a PS3 out of the closet. What do you think, Slick?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I had Red Dead 1 on my PS3, but it's my PS3 has been like broken down, and well, like every time I try to turn it on, it just turns off automatically, and we don't know what the problem is. I honestly don't know if I even want to spend money on repair or a new one or a used one or whatever. So I never got a chance to play Red Dead 1 on the PS3, so I think this is going to be fun for me to do that for the first time. Yes, I never played it before. I was going to, but I never got a chance to, and now I feel like I do get a chance to now.
Yeah, perfect. All right. Next comment from About Sound and Vision says, I consider the San Andreas map to be a masterpiece of perspective. Things like the fog are essential to keep the atmosphere intact. I just love how massive the game world feels despite parts that feel miles apart being right next to each other. I love how they use terrain like winding mountain roads to make the world just feel huge. The map just has so much diversity and feels unique from place to place. I agree. It's my favorite map of all time. What do you think, Slick?
I haven't played. I have not played San Andreas. I first got into Grand Theft Auto in late 2013, and Grand Theft Auto 3, and then Vice City, and then Vice City in 14, and then LCS in 15, and then VCS in 16, 17. We're talking about the years, by the way. And so it's been a while since I played GTA San Andreas when I first got into GTA. So at first, my favorite map was Liberty City until I played San Andreas, and I'm like, oh God, this is something else. So San Andreas is indeed my favorite map for all those reasons, and just it feels like the world is very open in between, not just cities. Cities are great, and I'm glad the cities are in there too, since that's what we were used to from Vice City and GTA 3. But all the other open spaces just make it feel alive.
I am the Ani asks, Hugo, what new collectibles do you want to see in GTA 6? This is a good question because I'm not sure. I think the tags are a great collectible for San Andreas NLS because it goes with the storyline and the setting and all that stuff. All the collectibles in San Andreas, I think, are good, better than just floating hidden packages. So as far as something that would be in a modern day Vice City, I don't know. Maybe some kind of. I have no idea. What do you think, Slick?
Well, if I know the developers of a Rockstar, I know that they like to be, they're always dirty minded. In GTA 3, the packages were hidden packages. If you do the mission SAM in that game, you'll see that the packages you collect from the destroyed plane look very much like the packages you collect in the game. And even in Vice City, the packages are like moonshine or something, as you will see in Tommy's like hotel apartment or whatever. I'm not sure if that's what Phil uses in that particular mission. Going forward, they haven't really used anything, that dirty. I guess the horseshoe has some kind of meaning, but I'm not really sure what. But
well, horseshoes are a symbol of luck. So having a horseshoe or like a rabbit's foot, these are things that people consider lucky. That's why I was in Las Venturas, so that you can get lucky in the casino.
Right. So I guess what I'm saying is, I guess when it came to collectibles, they were trying to get away from something dirty meaning, except for GTA 4, because that's like shooting pigeons and whatever. Honestly, I was thinking of, I don't know, beach balls, but like that doesn't really mean anything, does it? But I don't know. It's just the first thing that came in my head when I thought of Vice City collectibles.
Yeah, well, I like it.
And I don't know if there should be a unique way of collecting the collectibles. Like San Andreas, obviously spray tags and take pictures. And in Vice City Stories, you shoot the balloons, much like in GTA 4. Where you shoot the pigeons. So I'm not really sure if there should be a unique way of collecting them. That I haven't really put my mind across just yet. But I guess we wait and see what they come up with if they do. Yeah. But I hope it's something unique as well, rather than just collecting things on the ground.
Yep. Elfin Lied says, "Hey Hugo, longtime YouTube viewer here. I just wanted to say that I just finished GTA 3 Definitive Edition the other night, the first time I completed the game since I was about 7 years old, and I completely forgot that Asuka dies. Rip, best girl Asuka." What do you think, Slick?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, she helped us in our war against the cartel. I mean, I hated them from the start. I mean, every time I would go in, even in the beginning of the game, if you use methods to go to Staunton Island while it's still locked, they will still shoot at you. So, like, I hated them from the start. And once Asuka came into the picture in our war against the cartel, and when you beat the mission Grand Theft Auto, Fort Staunton is more safe since the Yakuza are around and protecting you, against them. Can't say the same for Cedar Grove and Shoreside Vale, but Asuka, she was the real MVP in GTA 3, I'd say. So I agree that it was sad.
Yeah, I think she was my favorite character in that game. Kodar says, Red Dead Redemption is a wonderful series. Rockstar's team, when they shine, they shine. And then Kodar then asks, if Rockstar asks you, Hugo, if they could make you into an NPC in a GTA game and even have a one-liner, what would you do it? And what would your one-liner be in a GTA game that already came out? Well, if they came to me and said, "Hey, you want to be a pedestrian NPC in a new GTA game," I would say yes. That's great, but I want all my lines to be funny NPC lines from previous games, like Tweelve saying "I smoke because it gives me knowledge," or Trenchcoat Guy that says "My mother's my sister," or something like that. But if it had to be something brand new, I would just say something like "Airport Taxi" or something like that. What would you do, Slick?
I would do something similar like that too. I really enjoyed the. I can't say the same for the later games. I mean, the later games have cool quotes, but as far as the quotes I know the most, I'd say would be from GTA 3. Given one of the questions you asked me, if I had to think of something brand new, sorry, give me a sec. If I had to think of something brand new, I'd think of like one of the questions you asked me. If the protagonist tries to run somebody over or piss them off, they'll be like, they would be holding some kind of stick or whatever, and they'd say, You want this up your ass, huh?
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's a good one. I think that would be awesome. Thank you for your insight on that. All right. Next comment from Joshua Miller. It says, "Hey Hugo, what do you think of the idea of making characters weighed down by their inventory status? As in, if you're carrying a single weapon category and all variants, for example, that would slow down your character's run, climb speed, etc. I feel like that would create new strategies for on or offline, and also create a balance between those who have more or less than other players. Keep up the great work. Always look forward to these." So that would be an interesting way to make limited carry ability work, because as of right now, it looks like it's just going to be like, oh, you can only carry this one thing or bring this in your car or whatever, kind of like Red Dead 2 was. So I worry about that, because I do enjoy having all the weapons I could possibly have at any moment. But if they did want to work something in there to where you couldn't have everything, then something like this is a creative way to do it. What do you think?
So, and I have a question for you before we, in addition to me answering this. So when we say like, having not being able to have everything at once, does that mean like not like we're going back to like Vice City and San Andreas where you can only have one type of pistol or SMG or something like that?
It could be, or it could be even more restrictive than that, where you can only bring a few weapons at all,
Well, I think I think it would be a fun like challenge. I mean, it's happened in the past, not like restricted weapons, or well, we can only carry in the early games carry one type of weapon, but one type of each weapon. But the thing is that starting in GTA 3 and Vice City, we couldn't even run with all weapons, like all rifles and such. I mean, it's something that's already kind of present. And with the rocket launchers, that's something you couldn't even run with at all. It was only started in Liberty City Stories where you could actually run and jump with the rocket launcher, because I believe that game is like less restrictive or something. And interestingly enough, in Vice City Stories, you run at like half speed when you carry a rocket launcher or a flamethrower or heavy weapon like that. Obviously, you can't run with the minigun at all in any game, but like since these things are already present in the game, I think it would probably be more realistic. Now, I don't know if the developers are going for what's more fun or what's more realistic, but I'm honestly fine with either one. I mean, the restriction would be an interesting thing to see, given what you said, Hugo. It would make for more strats, whatever you said.
Yeah. All right. Monty says, Hugo, are there any artists or songs that have not been featured in a GTA title before that you think would fit in a GTA game or hope will be in GTA 6? Well, when it comes to music, I always think the best kind of stations and stuff fit the setting. So with GTA 6, a modern day Vice City seems like it would be a lot of like club music or something like that, EDM type stuff, or, whatever. Not that I'm dying to have those things in the game. But an era of music that I would love to see featured on like a whole radio station of would be like early 2000s hip hop or something like that, which basically, I guess we got that in GTA 3 because that was the time that it came out. But a throwback station of the biggest hits of that era, I think would be pretty cool. What do you think, Slick?
Yeah, absolutely. Am I allowed to name specific songs here or not really? Because
yeah, that's fine.
Oh yeah. There's been tons of songs that I thought about would that I would love to fit in GTA games, including like there are some GTA games like Vice City is the most notable one for its music. Like for example, you got a certain artist with a song on a certain radio station in Vice City. Like, for example, you have a Motley Crue song on V-Rock in Vice City. And you also got another Motley Crue song on V-Rock in Vice City Stories. So there's been instances like that where I wish they could have put a song that I really liked on a station. Like, for example, Twisted Sister's I Wanna Rock is on Vice City's V-Rock. I really wish they put We're Not Gonna Take It on the VCS version of V-Rock. Something like that.
Right.
And personally, there's a lot of bands that I like. Hugo knows that I like 38 Special and the Cars and even Journey, because in one of Hugo's TikToks where GTA 6 main characters was leaked, he used separate ways world apart, and that and just that video alone made me want that song in the game. So I hope either the bands I mentioned, 38 Special, Cars, or even that song, make it in the game. I feel like it would kind of be a good fit, especially the Journey song.
Has there ever been a Journey song in a GTA game?
I honestly don't know. I don't know the HD radio stations too well, but I don't think there has. I could be wrong though.
Yeah. All right. Monty also says, after listening to the comments talking about how GTA Online is horrible and ridiculous and dead, I also wanted to add that I think these people are doing nothing but parroting claims they see on the internet. I hate the point that online has declined horribly, considering that with every update, there has been quality of life improvements and additional content every time. If you aren't into hyper-modern, futuristic vibe of online, just leave it alone. GTA has always been adamant about delivering vastly different experiences and settings across their games. Each GTA title offers a new setting for either time or place, ranging from the 1960s all the way to modern-day 2020s with GTA Online. GTA has always made it a point that each title will offer a fresh new setting, so then going in a futuristic direction with online should not be surprising, and I hate that players act like they don't appreciate futuristic settings when there are plenty highly rated games that take place in futuristic settings. What do you think, Slick?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, at first I never really played GTA Online too much, and if I have, it was with my buddy Justin, who's somebody from YouTube that I met, who lives in Texas, and I actually met in real person. That's never, if you meet somebody online, never never give up on trying to meet them, because it could be a cool experience. I've met one of Hugo, one of the viewers of our Twitch as well. I don't want to go off topic. Anyways, about GTA Online, absolutely. I mean, at first I used to have this opinion that it was not that good as well, but where did that opinion come from? I mean, it really just came from everybody else saying it was horrible. So I was like, hold on, I need to have my own opinions. I shouldn't just do what everybody else is saying. And yeah, I agree. I mean, they try their best to make it as fun as possible. I mean, there's so much in the GTA series to appreciate, but the people that are unappreciative is when they don't get what they want, or if they don't get something new that they want. So but like, even if I don't play it that much, I appreciate that the effort that was put into it and for what it is. So I changed from having a kind of a stupid opinion based on what other people said to having my own, and yeah, that's basically it.
Nice. I like that. I like that attitude. Cool. All right. Next one. Dearly Beloved says, how's it going, Hugo? Been really enjoying the podcast episodes you've been putting out and hope to see more in the future. Keep it up, man. Something that has always bothered me with GTA 5 was the lack of a crouch mechanic. For some strange reason, they gave us a stealth hunchback mode instead. I don't know how many times I ended up getting killed because I can't get my head down. The cover system can be janky at times, where your character will lean against something and you can't even shoot. Or you hit the take cover button and your character ends up taking cover at a completely different direction and you get shot up in the process. Or when you're standing there waiting, or when you're standing there waiting to get blasted. Having a crouch feature would fix a lot of these issues, since you would be able to get behind cover much easier without the need for the cover system. Also, crouching would increase weapon accuracy as well, like in previous GTA games. If they added the ability to duck inside a vehicle and the ability to finger point in online, then there's no reason why they can't add the ability to crouch. I mean, come on, even NPCs like the cops have Merryweather soldiers can be seen crouching. Why can't we? What are your thoughts, Hugo? What do you think? There's no crouch mechanic in GTA 5, and would you like to see it finally added in the game? If so, how would you like to see it implemented? Once again, really enjoy the podcast, and now, if you will excuse me, I got a date with a cheese deluxe. Thank you, dearly beloved, for that comment. No, I agree with you completely. I can think of one time where I used the crouch, or the hunchback thing, like you described, is when Franklin breaks into Michael's house to steal Jimmy's car or whatever. Otherwise, it's almost like pointless the entire game, because you do have the cover system. But yeah, I would like to crouch all the way to the ground. I've seen mods that add this feature back in, and I understand why, because people want that. It makes sense in the game. In the leaks for GTA 6, one of the things that was shown was Jason laying on the ground and kind of crawling, which seemed like a cool new feature. And then recently, when I was playing GTA 5 Chaos mod, my character got stuck under something and did that crawl kind of animation. I was like, oh my God, this is in the game. People can do it, but we don't have any ability to choose to crawl under things if we wanted to, or something like that. So that kind of sucks that it's not in there already, but hopefully a real crouch and crawling and stuff will be in GTA 6.
So, yeah, I agree completely with that. I mean, I didn't find it a huge deal until he just mentioned it there, and I gotta say, this is not the first time that they prevented us, with having a lack of crouching in the game. I mean, GTA 3, we didn't have it at all, and Vice Cities was kind of terrible. I mean, yeah, you could crouch, but it was kind of pointless because you didn't, you couldn't move. But now the biggest question comes with Liberty City Stories and Vice City Stories, because on both of those games you cannot crouch. I know they were designed for the PSP, but like I feel like that's a simple thing to allow the player to do. So they can't crouch in those games. But for some reason, other NPCs can crouch in that game, which I don't get. And not even it was even present in GTA 3. If you remember in the mission Bomb to Base Act 2, and 8-Ball goes to take cover and wait for Claw's first shot, he's crouching. So
yeah.
I feel like they could have found. I know there's so many controls on the controller or buttons and what they do, but I'm pretty sure. In my opinion, I feel like they could have found a way for you to like go in stealth mode. That way, you're not making too much noise and crouch, and a different button to crouch. I mean, I feel like they could have pulled that off.
I agree. Thank you for those thoughts. All right, next comment. Satan says, Hugo, as always, a diehard Rockstar apologist and fanboy. No matter how much that company screws and exploits us, he will still defend them no matter what. If people listen to just Hugo, they would think that Rockstar is the best business in the history of mankind, with no black spots on their reputation and doing only the best for their fans. Okay, there's a lot more writing on here, but I want to just respond to this real quick. Rockstar has never exploited me, ever. They put out games that I like, I pay for them, and they provide that service of fun games, and that's my relationship with Rockstar. I'm not exploited, neither are you. I know that for sure. As far as you would think they're the best business in the history of mankind, I mean, they've made a ton of money on their own. They don't need me to describe, the success they've had. Everybody knows it. We just got done criticizing them for not letting us crouch in the recent game. Like, these are what we have fair criticisms of things that need to be criticized, but I'm not just going to be angry at them because whatever you're fucking mad at. All right, let me read more and see what it says. To get into more detail, I always found pathetic how he stood up for them even right after the remastered GTA trilogy dropped, despite every other streamer deeming that release to be a joke and now acting as if fans of Red Dead Redemption, both the first and second game, being either totally neglected or shafted on a regular basis. Hugo sees zero issues with their behavior. Who was shafted? Who was shafted by Red Dead 2? Because it was a port and not a remaster? They didn't say, hey, we're going to remaster it and then give us a port. We just assumed it would be a remaster. And then the last episode, the fucking title of that episode was, we don't just port games over, me calling out this statement by the Take-Two CEO that is a contradiction of what just happened. So wrong again, Satan. And as far as the remastered GTA trilogy, why can't I have a different opinion than you? Why can't I like what they sold as a remaster? Why is that a problem? Why do I have to be with everybody else's thoughts? I have my own opinion, fool. All right. Rockstar is a company that just from GTA 5 Online earned over $6 billion since the original game drop in 2013. From the very predatory and exploitative shark cards. But they could not even be arsed to remaster the GTA trilogy by themselves, instead picking a very obscure company with little experience to crap out glorified mobile versions of onto other platforms with metric tons of issues and very questionable design choices, lots of them being unresolved even now. Plus, Rockstar doing what they could to sabotage the modding scene, and Hugo even admitting that Rockstar initially apologized for the terrible state of the games, but once they realized that they still sold massively, they basically retracted that statement. Once again, nothing to criticize and totally not just driven by greed. I can't even follow this run-on sentence because there's like so many different thoughts just involved in this. One little part. But anyway, there are a ton of updates for the GTA trilogy. I myself talked about my experience trying to reach out to Rockstar support with the gun runner mission in Vice City being completely broken and unable to be played, and my struggle with that. So wrong again. On to the next part. I also find it hilarious that even Hugo did only very few remastered runs soon after their release, but has stuck just to the originals yet again. Nothing strange about this behavior from a Rockstar and remastered apologist. Slick, what have I been doing on my stream the last week and a half?
You did not only 100% Sorry, I'm kind of stuttering here because this sounds like a hate comment, don't it?
No, it is. It's a lot. I'll answer it. The definitive edition, San Andreas definitive edition. Yes. So,
all right. And not only that, but 100% as well. And not only that, but cutscenes as well.
Yes. I found also really egregious, pretentious, and almost cultish when Hugo commented on the tons of videos exposing all the bugs and other problems with the remasters by saying they were all either doctored people trying to intentionally break the games or that they were incredibly rare but got blown out of proportion. You cannot be more delusional if you tried. Most of those were graphical anomalies, like the bridge disappearing or stuff like that. Watch my first run of it. I laughed at the bridge. I laughed at the grass in the motel. I called Denise ugly. I've been very clear that these things are not ideal, but it doesn't like hurt my experience with it. This is a remaster. If I want to play the original, I'll play the original. If I want to play this, I'll play this. One last note on the remasters. It is utterly two-faced when Hugo himself encountered bugs when he played the remasters, but just laughed it off and acted as if everything was fine. Everything was fine. How did that hurt my experience at all? What are you talking about? I don't understand this. Life is fine. It's some fucking weird looking video game shit. What? Okay. Well, go ahead, Slick.
Can I add something? Okay, yes, these bugs and glitches are present in the game, but it's not that bad. I mean, because it doesn't make the game unplayable. That's all.
Yeah, well, when it was unplayable with gun running, I emailed them and said I cannot gun runner. I cannot complete gun runner on Vice City Definitive Edition. And they emailed me back and said, we're sorry you're having problems with gun running in GTA Online. And I just fucking laughed at him for being so ridiculous that happened. But apparently I'm an apologist. When it comes to Red Dead Redemption, it is unquestionable that the first game's multiplayer and to some degree even the campaign was immensely neglected. And despite lots of people screaming for years to get the game on other platforms, it now came out that the game will be ported lazily as is, no remastered or remaking, only on the Switch and PS5. Also, no word on Xbox or PC. I've seen PC emulators running the game beautifully and looking better than the original version at least 5 years ago, but Rockstar cannot be arsed to put in more effort. It's funny that you mentioned that because I did just see something recently that's like some re-release of Midnight Club from them is from some old ROM that somebody put online. So they've even taken like pirated versions and put them out as their official releases or whatever. I don't know that whole story because I don't know shit about Midnight Club, but I did read that recently. Anyway, I wouldn't be surprised if these new versions will be inferior to the originals. Additionally, Rockstar asking $50 for a 13-year-old game that is getting re-released without any changes is just the cherry on top. But that's a fair criticism. If you think that it's, too expensive, then say that. But they're not exploiting you. You don't have to buy it. Just don't fucking buy it. What? Red Dead 2 also treated terribly after it was released, getting 0 single-player additions or DLC, and also the multiplayer being blessed by very minor and sparse updates. Well, if people don't play it, there's no reason they should put more time or money into it. I just don't understand that view. They should do it because you want them to, or what? And if they don't, then they're bad and you're good? I don't get it. But no, Hugo sees no issue with the behavior of this company. Everything is just fine. Why? What the fuck are you talking about? Why would I be bothered by whether they update a game or not? It's not. I'm not owed that by them. That's crazy talk. Let me see. Where was I? Keep sipping your soy latte in your Tesla, you fucking Mark Cuck. Whoa. I am sure greedy companies just love a sucker like you serving you shit on a plate and you asking for seconds. This guy has some serious, misplaced anger. He's mad at a video game company. He's mad at me. Nobody has done anything. None of us have done anything to this guy. Yet here's where he gets angry. But, I don't know what's going on in his regular life, but Jesus, man. And then he ends here by saying, PSA, I genuinely like Hugo and watch almost all of his streams as VODs. Big time zone difference with me and him, but it always infuriates me that whenever someone dares to criticize Rockstar and their behavior, no matter how justified the scathing words are, he always berates, belittles, bullies, and spits on the person, basically calling them a stingy, ungrateful, and entitled idiot who knows nothing about how business operator or anything else at all. He really sounds like he is deep in the pockets of that company, true or not, rabidly protecting them and justifying their conduct, no matter how blatantly scummy their actions are. I know I sound quite harsh here, but this rock star from Hugo has been very thinly veiled, at least since the remasters released, and he did not change his stance 1 inch. I dare you to refute what I said in this comment. Okay, well, I did, because I have a different opinion than you, and my criticisms are fair and yours are hyperbolically just whining, basically. I'm sorry. Why you're listening to a podcast called Talking GTA if you hate Rockstar so much? Go find something you like. I don't know what's going on with you, but good luck, sir. Slick, any thoughts?
Well, I mean, I'm not saying I disagree with what you just said there last, but it sounds like this guy's taking it. Like, first of all, I don't know what this guy's problem is, and why he's taking and why he's saying all of this to a single person like you. Second of all, you said if he doesn't like Rockstar or GTA, find something else. No, I think he does love Rockstar and their games too much, to the point where he'll hate on anybody that doesn't show hate to shitty ports, is what I'm seeing here.
Yeah, I don't really understand this viewpoint where, like, we're all supposed to share the same opinion, that it has to be a negative opinion of something, and if you don't, you're the problem. And I also don't understand why, why there can't be nuance in the conversation about specific issues and discuss those specific issues and praise the specific good parts about them, and not just either be all love or all hate. I don't claim to just love everything they put out, and that's why I just don't play certain things they put out or whatever, Yeah. All right, so that was it for the comments on YouTube. So thank you to everybody else who commented that we didn't get to, and that was very, usually kind, very positive feedback. So that's it for that. Let's get into some of the GTA news of the week.
He killed my brother.
All right, so the biggest thing that people keep bringing up is GTA 6 is going to cost $150. What do you think of this? GTA 6 is going to cost $150. So my thought is, I don't expect the base game to cost $150. I think that's crazy. I think there will probably be some kind of collector's edition or something at launch that does cost $100 or $150 or something, and you get things with it, and that will be cool for those that want it. For people that want that version, cool. For people that don't, that it's not for you. Don't buy it. That's it. Okay. Guy that just commented. But I think what would make the most sense for them is to have a lower price game if they're going to have a major focus for GTA Online, like when they gave it out free on Epic, and you bring in all these new players that could want to buy shark cards in GTA Online. By the way, that guy said that was predatory, that they offer shark cards for sale. I've been playing GTA Online since it launched. Never bought a shark card. So I don't, it's not, it's there for those that want to buy it. If you don't, that's fine too, So anyway, Slick, thoughts on $150 price tag?
Yeah, I think that's ridiculous as well. I mean, that's like you said, a collector's edition maybe should cost that much, or at least $100. I don't think, and if it did release, I don't think it would cost $150, because that's kind of crazy. I mean, I don't think it would. I think they should just stick to like the, how much games usually are, $60. But since this is such a highly anticipated game, just like GTA 5 was, it would probably be $70 or $80, but no more than that. I mean, right. And since I wasn't really actively following gaming news back in 2013, I don't remember how much GTA 5 was at launch. But however much it was is what GTA 6 should be.
Yeah. All right. Next topic is the fact that a man named Mike Unsworth, who was Rockstar Games vice president of writing, has left the studio after 16 years. So news like this comes out, and then a lot of people are like, "Oh my God, I can't believe this. Rockstar is gonna suck. This is terrible." Blah 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 blah. So I looked this guy up, Michael Unsworth, just to see what exactly his role was. And on IMDb, his writing credits start with GTA 4, so nothing prior to that. And GTA 4, he was pedestrian dialogue, Red Dead Redemption, pedestrian dialogue, LA Noir dialogue, Max Payne dialogue, pedestrian dialogue, GTA 5 additional dialogue, in-game internet, pedestrian banter, so on and so forth. And so, the pedestrian banter, the pedestrian dialogue, this stuff is all good and interesting. But the company's not going to crumble because somebody who wrote the pedestrian dialogue moved on to a different job. Another thing to remember by these people who are super exaggerated in their feelings about every bit of news regarding Rockstar. These are just regular people that work there that do a job, and they'll just hire somebody else to do this job, and hopefully for us, they do a good job. But some would argue that all the shit since GTA 4 pedestrian wise has sucked. So people could say good riddance to this guy, but they don't fucking know. They don't know what's going on. They just hear some shit and get mad at Rockstar, as we heard earlier. So what do you think, Slick?
Not much other than people should have faith in whoever they hire who is new.
Right. Mm-hmm.
That's really it. Not much to say about that, but I agree with what you said. That's all.
All right. Next bit of news is recently at Gamescom 2023, there was an incident having to do with GTA. I'm going to play a clip from it, and then we'll talk about it.
Saying it, don't be jealous. I'm not allowed to say anything about it. Yes, exactly. All right. Well, guys. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, guys. Really disappointed. They're disappointed.
Okay, so basically some guys run on stage in the middle of this presentation, and the guys start saying, "We want GTA 6. Where's GTA 6?" And everybody's kind of like, and boos them off stage and stuff. And I don't know if these guys think they're heroes or whatever, but this stuff is straight up clown behavior to do this. This is not like the place or the time, nor is it about you, nor is it about GTA 6. So no, I don't think these guys come off as heroes to me, definitely, maybe to some people, but Rockstar isn't going to see this clip and say, "Holy fucking shit, did people want GTA 6? Well, let's put it out." That's not what's going to happen. So there's no benefit to this whatsoever. So what are your thoughts, Slick?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Nothing's gonna, like I said, nothing's gonna change from that. In fact, if they do see it, I feel like Rockstar would kind of play with us and say, "Oh, well, now it's definitely not coming out for a little longer." Which, yeah, I don't think that would happen. But they're not making it any better. Games like these take a lot of time. Just let them do their thing.
Yes,
that's all I'm saying. And I forgot. I'm sorry, but I forgot to add something else from the previous question you asked.
All right, go ahead.
So you said the name of the guy who left Rockstar was Mike Unsworth?
Yes.
Doesn't that sound similar to somebody from the Twitch stream?
I don't know. Explain it to me.
The guy's name is Mike Whatsworth. Their names just sound similar.
Yeah, no, maybe it is. Maybe that's him. Hey, Mike Whatsworth, aka Mike Unsworth. Sorry if I put down your involvement in GTA and you're somebody that hangs out with us in the stream every day. So, yeah, sorry about that. Good point, Slick. Thank you for pointing that out. But that was it for the news of this week. Now let's get into the emails.
Do you shower in doo-doo?
All right, first email from Mike the Nerd. It says, "What's up, Hugo? Last podcast was amazing, and sorry for the Red Dead comment being outdated. It was a month before the trailer released, but anyways, let's move on with the email." That was my fault, Mike. I just want to mention that. That's my fault because the podcast is so infrequent these days. But anyway, one, I've recently finished a playthrough of Mafia 3 and had one thing that I thought was nice about the game is where you take over a racket, which could be drug, prostitution, gambling, car business, etc., where certain gangs have that business and you shoot up the place and kill or use the leader of the racket and take over the racket by assigning an underboss to the place. I was thinking maybe GTA 6 could take notes from Mafia 3 and use it so when you play as Jason and Lucia, you'll feel like you're taking over Vice City and its surrounding areas gradually and building up your criminal empire by taking over businesses. Slick, thoughts?
No, yeah, absolutely. I mean, each of the three main maps of the GTA, GTA 3, Vice City, and San Andreas all have their own themes. I will admit that GTA 3 and Liberty City stories are not really strong in terms story wise. I mean, they're okay, but and there's not really a theme to notice with those games. So I just go to GTA 4, where it's all about. Actually, yeah, no, the themes of Liberty City is like, revenge and whatnot, because even in GTA 3, you try to get revenge, same with GTA 4, as well as living the American dream. And then San Andreas or, Los Santos is very, very similar, except San Andreas focuses more on gangbanging, where GTA 5 focuses more on Los Santos, the city in general. But I'd say, for Vice City, I mean, both Vice City and Vice City stories do focus on criminal empires. So I believe it would be very cool to, keep that tradition of, the city's theme. You know what I mean?
No, what are you talking about? I feel like the question was about taking over like businesses and stuff and
right,
and doing that in Vice City. You kind of touched on that at the end, but the rest of that comment had something to do with cities. I don't understand what you're talking about.
Like, because each city in GTA has like its own theme. That's what I was leading towards with Vice City. In Vice City, it's about like building an empire. So I'd say I agree. I mean, I think they should like find a way to keep that theme. But the GTA games always made it better. So I hope it's better in GTA 6 as well.
Gotcha.
Since it was like that in Vice City and Vice City stories. Sorry for the confusion.
No problem. Next point from Mike the Nerd says, on to my comment about Red Dead Redemption port. I thought it was a bit of a disappointment since it's not ported to next-gen consoles and PC with 60 FPS, and the price alone for $50 is a scam, especially since it didn't have any significant changes on top of that. It doesn't have multiplayer, and I could get the same game from Xbox through backwards compatibility for $30 digitally, or buy it from places like Amazon for even cheaper than that. The only good thing I get from this is that at least Switch players will be able to play Red Dead 1 on the go. As far as I know, it was hard to get it on like PS4. I think I played it on PS4 through PS Now or something where you could play old PS3 games or whatever. So this puts it on modern PlayStation consoles for people that don't have Xbox for backwards compatibility and people that only have a Switch or something like that. But with that being said, that none of that applies to me, so I didn't buy it. You know what I mean? And I think that's fine. It's not for some of us, but it's for other people. So good for them. What do you think, Slick?
Yeah, I believe it can be for people who weren't really huge gamers, back in the era that the original Red Dead released. And like for some of us, like like for example, maybe it's not like, let's say, what year did Red Dead release? I'm sorry.
The original Red Dead Redemption or Red Dead Redemption 1?
Yeah, was that
I want to say
7,
like 2010.
8? Oh yeah, 2010, right. So the connection I'm trying to make is is that GTA is older than that, 9 years prior from onwards with GTA 3, Vice City, and San Andreas. Those are older games. I mean, Red Dead is kind of newer, so I can see why people think it's useless. But I wouldn't say any game release on a certain platform is useless. I mean, it's good for people who want them. It's good for what's there, and remasters don't always have to be game changing. Like, I mean, it's there for people who want to play the actual game on like a newer system, I guess.
Right. Yeah. I'm all for moving games to newer consoles as they come out. Classic, games like this.
And I can understand some people's frustrations, because when they hear remastered, they want the game to be like way better. And I agree to an extent. Like, it doesn't always work out that way.
Specifically, this was not even labeled remaster, not remake, not remaster, nothing. It was just Red Dead Redemption available on these platforms,
Oh, okay. I thought it was labeled remaster.
Well,
okay.
a lot of us were speculating it was going to be a remaster because there was rumors of a remaster, and then a lot of stuff behind the scenes regarding Red Dead Redemption 1. So we just assumed, oh, this must be a remaster. Then it ended up just being this port to other consoles, which is fine for what it is. But yeah, disappointing because some people did want a remaster.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. All right. Mike wraps it up and says, anyways, thanks for reading my emails every podcast, and I will be saying an honorary fuck sweet. So thank you, Mike, for that. Appreciate it. All right. Next email from Jency. It says, hi, Hugo. It's me, Jency. Long time no see. Question is, are you going to play the Red Dead Redemption port or not? What do you think? Do you like it? It's not for me. I have an Xbox Series X. I have an Xbox One X. I played Red Dead Redemption 1 on the Xbox One X, and that basically is kind of like remastered. It's something about they did something where it looks incredible on those consoles. So, which maybe that's basically that same version is what's getting put on PlayStation and stuff, since like I said, the version that you could play on PS4 previously was just the PS3 version, and it looked like shit. So I won't get it, but I'm glad it's there for people that may want it. You know what I mean? All right, next email says, hey man, first email I'm sending to you, and there's a couple things I'd like to know your opinion on. First thing on my mind is that over the years of GTA Online being active, I grew to hate this point. I've played the game since 2014 on the Xbox 360, and I was a young kid and enjoyed it. But now I'm an adult, and seeing all the horrible shit they decided to do with the game sucks, such as the futuristic stuff and horrible updates and changes. When I first got an Xbox One on Christmas of 2018, I was pretty hyped to play the next gen version of the game at the time, only to be faced by flying cars and other silly shit. The game's current state is frustrating to play, and with hardly any games I'm looking forward to this year except Payday 3. I'm a sadist when it comes to playing GTA Online. The game is miserable to me, and also being in Los Santos for 10 years, looking forward to the next game. I think this is a lot of people's kind of opinion, that they have been in Los Santos for 10 years and they are ready to go to a new city, and they are ready to, have something new. And GTA Online currently is kind of like this thing of all these years of updates all together. So whenever I get on GTA Online, the map is just full of all kinds of stuff. Like the mini map has like all these markers for all these different things, and there's motorcycle clubs and drug labs and this, that, and the other. So there's a lot going on there. So I understand why people don't like it. I do wish, and I've seen kind of fan-made versions of this, a GTA Online OG version where it is just the basic bare bones early stuff, and you can kind of play this through an emulator. But I would love Rockstar to have this option of logging on to GTA Online and putting us in like almost like a certain year, like GTA Online 2014 or something like that, and it's just the basic stuff from back then, because a lot of people would enjoy just those basic things, and it would be an interesting experience for those that want it. So what are your thoughts, Slick?
I can understand, like, with GTA Online, with how much it has gone into it, and like how much there is, I'm really surprised. I mean, I'm happy, but I'm also really surprised that they're even making a new GTA game. I know that's whatever.
What? You're surprised 10 years later they're making a new GTA game? What?
Well, I know that's what everybody wanted, but still, like, with how much content GTA 5 and online has, I know it gets overwhelming for people eventually, but I just wonder, like, where they're going to take that, with GTA 6. I mean, I like that what exists, but still, I wonder how they're going to continue that in GTA 6. Like, what's going to happen? Like, are we going to be able to transfer, progress in GTA 5, or are we going to have to start over? That's what I wonder, because like there's so many years. Like you said, there's so many years spent on this game, like almost 10 years in Los Santos, that like, I wonder how it's going to go from here.
Yeah, I hear you. All right. Next email says, "Hey, Hugo, it's me, Andy, again. Just saw the podcast I was on, but wanted to ask, if you were CJ, what would you do differently? Anyways, love your podcast and videos. See you again next podcast. If I were CJ, I would have left Sweet in jail. I know this sounds bad because it's basically the driving force behind what, makes CJ do all the things that he does, but he was an ungrateful bitch that was happy to fucking just sit in jail, and that was it. So it's almost like, fucking let him stay. Who cares, But obviously I know this is his brother, and he had already lost one brother and a mom's. And so, he had to do what he had to do. But at a certain point, you got to just let him be. Hopefully by the end of the game, CJ's like, okay, I can't do anything else for you. We took out Smoke and we fucking took back the Grove. Good luck to you. I'm going back to the casino. What do you think, Slick?
Oh yeah, I agree. Except I would have said that as soon as he got out of prison. I probably wouldn't have left them in there. I mean, I don't want to leave anybody in there. I mean, obviously, I hate Sweet. If I could leave him in prison there, I probably would. But if I were CJ, if I were the brother, I'd be like, come on. After all the shit I've done for you, getting you out of here, all the gang related crimes I did, I at least, as your brother, I at least expect you to do me this favor and come with me to see all my successful businesses.
And then he would say, "You sound just like Smoke right now." And then what'd you say?
No, I would demand he come with me. Like, I would try. I don't know.
Okay. All right. And but he's not impressed by any of that. He doesn't give a shit about success. All he cares about is fucking nothing. The hood that he couldn't even keep his mom safe in.
Well, then I guess he's a hard person to please, but we already knew that.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Andy, for the email. Next email. Hugo, I fucking love you, man. You give me a boner. What do you think of that, Slick?
I mean, shit, you give me a boner every day, so...
Oh, my God. All right. I know at this rate we might not even fucking live to see either of them, but what do you think will come out first, GTA 7 or Red Dead 3? Probably Red Dead 3, just because, or the next Red Dead Redemption, I should say, because next GTA 6, whatever they want to call it, seems to be coming very soon, hopefully, or not, who knows. But like the guy from Take-Two said recently, he thinks these great franchises, GTA, Red Dead, will continue to live as long as people want games from them, or as long as they're successful. So that leads us to believe there will be another Red Dead Redemption. Will it be Red Dead 3? Will it be another prequel? Will it be something after the original Red Dead story? Who knows? But I think that will be a thing that we see before GTA 7. What do you think, Slick?
Well, I think By the way, I was joking with the last comment, but
no, it's too late now. You already said it. It's out there. It's on record. It will live forever. Everybody knows it. It's fine. That's fine. You don't need to take it back now. Go ahead. Just answer the question.
Okay. I might be a fool for thinking this. You know, what do I know? I have no idea if Red Dead is even on PlayStation 5 or not. But do you know? Wait. Okay, do you know if it is?
I think so. I don't know. Now you have me questioning myself. I don't know. Let me Google it real quick.
Because there's something I want to say, but I don't want to be wrong.
Although the game is playable on PS5, some features available on PS4 may be absent. So basically, you can play the older version. It's not like a PS5 specific version.
Right. So basically, what I was gonna say was, I think we'll definitely see Red Dead 3 first, because given how long GTA 6 has taken, like GTA 7, of course it's gonna be a while for that too. But what I was gonna say is, I think something else we might. And I might see, I kind of doubt it, but it's not impossible. Something we might see also would be Red Dead 2 remastered, even though I know the game looks great already. But I don't know. Just
anything is possible. Yes. All right. Next email. Sup, Hugo, Clay Doggy here. There was a lot of talk on the last episode about realism. I think GTA 4 and Red Dead 2 are great examples of why GTA as a series needs to not have that. GTA 4's driving was a mess. Everything felt way too heavy. And Red Dead 2 having the completely unnecessary hair growing system and checking every single dead body for bullets was horrible, not to mention needing to customize each bullet one at a time when at a camp. GTA needs to stay in a more loose / almost arcadey place with unrealistic driving physics and a more simple character customization system. I've mentioned Saints Row being a great example of this in the past. I think GTA needs to go more in that direction personally. So I agree. I think a lot of the thoughts about new games are they will just continue to get more realistic. We go from older games that look like which are basically just some pixels swinging around on a TV to what looks to be almost photorealistic type of animation and stuff, and we just kind of expect everything to kind of become more realistic, and it has, but that could be a bad thing. Like you're saying, I do like a more arcadey feel with these games and a more kind of goofy type of experience than a more serious experience, right, Slick?
Right. Right. I mean, as much as people are excited for GTA 6, including me, because I know realistic is probably what the game is going to be. Probably
well,
not.
Hold on a second. You said you were surprised they were even making a new GTA game. So to me, that sounds like you don't even want a new GTA game.
Well, no, I just think there's so much in GTA 5. It's just I wasn't sure how they were going to top it. You know what I mean? But
why even try at that point, right?
I don't know, but apparently they're geniuses. They can figure it out. Right. But okay, what I was gonna say was for a second I forgot where we were, but
what, you forgot like where you are in the world, or you forgot what we were talking about?
What were you talking about? Because you mentioned that one thing, and then I lost my train of thought.
Sorry. I thought you blacked out or something. Go ahead.
So we were talking about GTA being realistic, right? So that doesn't mean I'm not excited for the game, because I am. GTA 6 it's probably going to be another kind of realistic game. Probably not as realistic as 4. I'm not sure. We don't know that yet, but. Something I want to mention before I get down to the point is the fact that there are people that are the other way around, and they liked GTA 4's realistic driving, and they hated GTA 5's arcadey style driving. Well, I mean it's got to be one thing or the other. I mean we can't keep everyone happy,
right?
But I think we knew that. But even though I'm excited for GTA 6 and how it's going to be, I've had better time. I've had more fun with the older games, including San Andreas. They just felt more fun. They felt more fun, in my opinion. Yes, they felt realistic in some areas because you're playing as an actual guy in a real world. But older games like that just feel more fun to me. And then yeah, that's basically it.
So you're saying you hate your life and you want to be another guy in another world?
That's not what I said, but
that's what I heard. That's what I heard.
Well, I never said I hate it, but I feel like it's fun. It's fun to play as a controllable guy. You know what I mean? In a real world.
You like to control men,
like CJ? Yeah.
Oh, you have a crush on CJ?
No, where are we going with this?
Clay Doggy goes on to say, regarding the talk of a more advanced wanted system, as long as it doesn't take away from it being a video game, meaning it is meant for fun first and foremost, then I'd be okay with it. Going back to Red Dead 2 for a second, all of the realism they put into it made it a less fun game. Red Dead Redemption 1 is a far superior game because of this. I'm sure Rockstar has a challenge with balancing this concept, as in, do they want fancy new features or will they ultimately take away fun from the game? So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm curious. I would be curious to know if they have this struggle internally or they all agree that everything should just get more and more realistic. I don't know.
I don't know either. It's good if it's realistic because people appreciate the effort, or if it's good if it's fun because that's the developers trying to, please the fans. I don't really know, which makes me kind of, fine with whatever, as long as it's, playable and it's, great and all that.
Lastly, the idea of concerts or events in GTA Online. I guess I never thought of it, but that is actually a fantastic idea. Rockstar has always been into music and even indie movies. Why not have showings and concerts in GTA Online? Now, I don't play GTA Online. I find it terribly boring, but I'd totally log in for some big event similar to what Fortnite does. That's it for now. Great stuff as always, Hugo. Keep it up, man. Shout out to all the homies. What do you think, Slick?
As somebody who doesn't really play GTA Online that much, I can't really say. I mean, if I'd say, yeah, I'd probably log in for events like that. Sometimes I may never get the chance to, but I don't know. It's hard to say as somebody who barely plays GTA Online, only played it like once or twice.
I'm all for anything that adds that makes kind of an immersive world. So we all exist on the internet already, and we talk to each other on Discord, or we chat on Twitch, or we do this, that, or the other. If all those things could just be in GTA Online, where your avatar, who you dress up however you want, goes to the local Twitch stream or whatever, and you basically have the same experience, but you're in GTA Online, that would be something cool that is offered by the, GTA Online service. It would be hard to kind of make a game where all that is available, but that type of immersion, I think, would be pretty cool.
Oh, yeah, I agree too.
All right. Next email is from DJ Endzone. You know DJ Endzone, Slick?
Yep.
All right. She says, so recently Volition, am I saying that right? Volition?
I don't know, I guess.
So recently, Volition, creators of the Saints Row franchise, has permanently shut down. I've played all the Saints Row games except Gat Out of Hell. My personal favorite and a lot of people's favorite Saints Row game is Saints Row 2. I know that people would constantly say that Saints Row is a GTA clone, and they were trying to copy GTA. Even in GTA 4, it's an Easter egg where they are making fun of Saints Row. There's a restaurant called Squid Row. Do you think Saints Row tried to copy GTA, and do you think it's a GTA clone? When Saints Row first came out, I thought it was a total GTA knockoff. And because of that, I said, I have no interest in playing this. I like GTA games. I'm not going to play the competitor's game. It's not for me. By the way, I was fucking like in high school or just after. I was a young man and I was just I was just being a typical boy who did stuff like that. Okay, if Saints Row was for me, I would play it now. I played a little bit of it. It's not really for me. So, Slick, thoughts?
I haven't really played Saints Row at all, so I don't.
That's
I
fine.
don't really know. I mean, looks like an older, kind of game, but like an older setting kind of game. But you said there's a restaurant in GTA called Squid Row.
Yeah, I think that's what she said. Yeah.
But Saints Row is made by a different company. You said.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Then never mind. I was about to say. Usually Rockstar likes to make references to their own games, but I forgot that's not a Rockstar game.
And they do like to make fun of their competitors, like with the true crime jokes in San Andreas about the true crime series, and I guess this joke about Saints Row. So I like that about them. I like that they do that. I think it's funny. DJ Endzone goes on to say, I'm still a GTA fan. I've always been a fan of the GTA franchise. Like I said, I've played the Saints Row games except for Get Out of Hell. The only Saints Row game I like is part 2, 1 and 2, mainly 2. And then she goes on to say, Volition shutting down permanently. It's a lot of mixed reactions about it. But the majority of people are actually glad it happened because about a year ago, before the release of the Saints Row reboot, when the trailer was released, it had more dislikes on YouTube than likes. And people hated it because it wasn't like the first Saints Row games. The first 2 had the gangsters in it and very good characters. After Saints Row 2, they completely changed big time, and that's basically when everything was going downhill for the company. Fans tried to give the developers tips and advice on how to make the game better to avoid the hate they're getting, and instead a few developers were calling the fans haters, bigots, and terrorists. It even got to the point when the game was released, they kept being rude to their fans, and one developer mocked them. It's not like the fans were saying, this game sucks, your company sucks, find another job, etc. They just to point out, they do say that. They say that to even Rockstar. Anyway, they didn't even send any threats to them, unlike some people. They were respectful with what they were saying to the developers. So with them shutting down, it made a lot of people happy because they got karma for what they did, and a little upset because fans wanted Saints Row 1 and 2 remastered for the newer consoles, and they actually refused to do it. There has been times when companies, video games, movies, etc., release a trailer for what they created, and when they get negative feedback and the fans tell them what they want, some actually listen and change it up to satisfy the fans, and after they listen, they do good, make good money, and go right along with the franchise. As far as I know, I don't know if Rockstar really responds to fans, and I already know they don't act rude or disrespectful towards them. My question is, with video game companies, including Rockstar, do you think they should start listening to fans of what they want for the newer games and what they want remastered for newer consoles, and give them tips on how to make a game better to avoid hate and negative reviews? Well, there's a lot to unpack here, but I think, like we were talking about earlier, you can't please everybody. There will be conflicting opinions from fans. One say we want something super realistic. Others say we want something very arcadey or whatever. So it's impossible to just please all fans. Also, if the fans knew everything, then they would just be game developers themselves. They would be in these positions to make these decisions, and they would make successful games. You know, these series became successful because of the people that made them. So I think if they have an idea and want to see it through and put it out, then, you know, they should do that if they think that will sell. As far as remastering games and stuff, you know, if it's going to make them money, they'll do it. If it's not, then they won't, because, you know, these are businesses and that's how these things work. Any thoughts, Slick?
Well, for one, I feel like some video game companies, like, it's rare for, you know, the companies to even reply to their fans. I feel like some companies don't want to or like responding to fans, but that's just what I see. But
well, I think like talking about Rockstar specifically, I think they used to do that a lot, and now they don't. You know, because it's a fucking nightmare. Anywhere on social media, it's all people asking for GTA 6. Are they wrong to want GTA 6? No, but to constantly harass the social media team, like, for what? What are you doing? I don't understand.
Yeah,
it's not going to help.
Like literally, if you go to Rockstar's recent Instagram post, I don't even know what it's about, but it'll probably say something about GTA Online. You'll see at least like a few comments saying we want GTA 6, where's GTA 6? Like that gets annoying after a while.
And it also comes off incredibly negative. They'll say something like "Rip Tom Sizemore, who did the voice of Sonny," and somebody will respond, "We don't care, give us GTA 6," or something like that. It's terrible. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and as far as answering, these companies listening to fans to please the games, I agree with that. However, what I also think they should do is like kind of do their own thing. I don't mean it like that, like their own thing, like not listening to the fans, but what I mean by that is putting some surprising game elements that, putting in something that'll surprise players, you know what I mean? Like something that to keep them, entertained and surprised and, something they'll enjoy.
Yeah. All right. Next email says, "Hi, Hugo. What is it about San Andreas specifically that made it your favorite game? There are many other games out there that are also considered great by other players. There are even other GTA games that have had great success, both critically and in terms of sales. So what is it that draws you to love San Andreas so much? It's my favorite game as well. So I'm not asking this because I disagree. I'm just curious to know what makes it so great for you. What makes it great for me personally is the world of San Andreas and the characters themselves. Both of these elements of the game work well together to create a fun and dynamic world to explore." I agree. That's basically kind of my thoughts as well. I think the map is excellent. I think the 3 different cities offer, each one of them has its own unique feel and it has something different to offer. Then all the spaces in between, the countryside, the deserts, all this stuff is pretty cool. The characters, their stories, all the different characters you meet along the way, I think are make the story great. The music, the radio stations are awesome. The random pedestrians on the street say funny things. It's just a really funny kind of world, goofy ass kind of experience to live in. And I feel like you really are living in it when you're playing as CJ and stuff. All right, next email from MC Shithead. It says, "Hey, Hugo, this is a message from MC Shithead. I wanted to touch on the Vice City references that'll potentially be in GTA 6. I don't believe any of the Vice City universe characters will actually be in the game, but I can definitely see them doing some sort of memorial Easter egg for Tommy in it. Or maybe you run into Tommy's kid he had with Mercedes, if anything ever came from that. I also hope they bring back the asset part of Vice City to GTA 6. It would give you something to do after the game is completed, running businesses like Cherry Poppers, Malibu Club, Sunshine Autos. Having other rival gangs attack them and having to hire guards and shit. I'm always curious to see how improved the AI will be in GTA 6. Going to be pretty fucking sweet. What's your wish list for GTA 6? Thanks, MC Shithead out." I would like a fun single player story. That's my biggest request. I want it to be action packed, not in the sense of lots of explosions and things, but the fact that I'm always doing something, my character's always doing something, and we're not just sitting around listening to people talk in unskippable cutscenes or whatever. As far as references from Vice City, I would love to see just anything, any kind of throwback. I like that type of stuff. I don't think they'll make it very connected, like you said. I don't think we'll see any of the characters or anything, since the different universes rule that they decided on previously, but hopefully we'll see something in there. What do you think, Slick?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's in GTA 5 in the mission Hood Safari, we see a reference to Ryder, Big Smoke, and Sweet. I actually don't know who the characters are, or because there's only 3 of them there, so I'm not sure which one is missing. But
Ryder is the one that's missing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, during Hood Safari, when you go to Grove Street, if you turn, it's usually a left, but if you turn right, like you can see guys on the bicycles during the, which is a reference to the intro cutscene. So I feel like they could definitely do something like that. I'm not sure exactly what, but it would keep the game fun and interesting, and because I'm sure there's GTA 3 or LCS Easter eggs in 4 too. I'm not really that sure what they would be, but and I agree. I really hope the game is action packed. Makes me want to. I hope it's something that makes me and other players, never want to put the game down.
Right.
And I hope it building a criminal empire. I hope that theme kind of stays, but I hope there's like a twist to it. That way, it doesn't really feel that copied and pasted from Vice City or Vice City Stories. Like obviously, I still want it in there, but like change it up a bit. I'm not really sure how, but I'm sure they'll figure it out.
Yep. All right, that's it for the emails. Let's move on to the phone calls.
All right, let's go to the phones. Hello, caller. You're on Chatterbox.
Hey, Hugo, man. Scottish Raccoon here. Loving the podcast. Keeps me company on the long drives and love the YouTube on the long days. Anyway, just wanted to get your opinion on something. Fuck Sweet and all that. He's a buster. Should have stayed with Horsecock Harry. But if Rockstar were to remaster the story games and bring out brand new San Andreas stories with Sweet as the main character and his rise to be the useless leader he is, or something kind of like that. I know you'd obviously play it and love it because you're a secret Sweet lover, but how do you think it would go down with the rest of the community, this community specifically, and GTA players as a whole, both as a once playthrough and for like the replayability? Thanks, man. You're the man.
First of all, I'm not a secret Sweet lover. Thank you very much. Second of all, I would play it because I'll play any GTA, new release, and especially a San Andreas one. But so a San Andreas stories as Sweet, I think would be a huge mistake because he sucks and he's boring. But when you think of Liberty City Stories, Tony did a whole lot in that game, but then does basically nothing in GTA 3 because he's, I guess, earned it. Sweet didn't earn shit though. But so basically, I don't think it would do well. I do think a San Andreas Stories would be pretty cool if they released it. It wouldn't have to be some major undertaking or some major, this is GTA 6 or anything like that. But putting something like that out, which I've always said, if you play as Caesar and meet Caesar's gang and meet Kendall and all that stuff, that would be a really cool San Andreas Stories. A lot of people say Brian, but I think there is still a market for this as a small little kind of side thing, companion to a major GTA game or whatever. But I doubt we'll ever get it, but it would be cool, but definitely not as Sweet. What do you think, Slick?
I've actually thought something that no one else has thought of before. I thought of like a San Andreas Stories probably starting as whoever, it's not somebody related to Los Santos or the Grove, but a casino story from starting in Las Venturas and then you unlock San Fierro and then Los Santos, go backwards.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that would work.
I think that's a great idea, actually.
And another interesting playable character that I thought of playing as would be Torino.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. That would be an interesting story if they had him as a playable character as well. But I could definitely see Caesar as well as a playable character.
Yeah,
but
I think Torino's story would be pretty good, but does he really get down and dirty and actually shoot up places? Who knows? I mean, he was in that van.
I mean, just like Sweet, he kind of doesn't do anything.
Yeah, but he pulls all the strings. He's the one that he's got a lot going on anyway. He just may not get his hands dirty.
Right. Now, I know a lot of people say Brian, but, for Liberty City Stories and Vice City Stories, those two games, protagonists, were not related. So I feel like it shouldn't be Brian, but rather Caesar's a good idea as well.
Right. Gotcha. All right. Next phone call.
Hey Hugo, just wanted to ask if you just wanted to see if which one was one of the hardest mods you've ever done? Like one of the hardest mods.
Hardest mods, I guess, would be the extreme chaos mod where it had, you know, a bunch of grief for Jesuses running around that were unkillable and just ruining my day, and stuff like that is just extremely hard. OHKO, one hit knockout, 1 HP is very hard to do, but once you kind of get the idea of how to do it, it becomes easier. But I know Drusy, who did a complete GTA 4 OHKO with no damage, is trying to do it for San Andreas, and I know it's going to be just crazy difficult because you can just get randomly shot at a million different points in that game, and it would suck to get all the way to the end and then just get blasted somewhere and lose your whole no damage run. So you play any modded San Andreas or modded GTA games at all, Slick?
No, I don't. I would love to one day though.
Yeah. Well, I hope you do. All right, next phone call.
Hey, this is Mike Hawk. You may have heard of me. I'm Tony Hawk's cousin. Anyway, get straight to the point. First thing, I think Take-Two really needs to do a better job of working with the community, the GTA community, instead of against it. Like with the Burger Shot, Cluck and Bell takedown. I mean, that's been a recent event that I think is totally unjustified. Like you said, Hugo, they don't do anything like that. There's not even really, you know, purchasable merchandise from Take-Two and Rockstar available. So the fans are the ones who have to make it because there's a demand for it. There's a huge community. It's massive. And all we're looking to do is celebrate and, you know, have fun with the GTA. It's just something that is part of a lot of people's lives. And I think Take-Two could do a lot better about working with us, the fans, rather than against us, which it seems to always be against us. And, you know, also with the Red Dead port to Switch, I mean, that's great for Switch users. I think that's a step in the right direction, but PC gamers have been, you know, given the cold shoulder by Rockstar and Take-Two forever. You know, it's always an afterthought, even though it's a huge community that purchases and enjoys the games and wants to be part of the fun. So yeah, I think they need to do a lot more. And also, my next point is with Stephen Ogg. I don't have much to say about that, but I'm just curious as to whether he's talked about it. You know, we had Ned Luke, the voice of Michael, on a talk show, a podcast, giving his thoughts. But has Stephen Ogg been asked about the cameo specifically, and if not that, then his relationship with the Trevor character? Because it seems like something that's, you know, it's not going to be put to rest until we get the full story. Like, what are his genuine thoughts? I feel like that would be tremendously helpful in understanding why he has been, you know, he gave that cameo the way he did. I think from our perspective, it comes off as very disrespectful to the whole GTA community, and specifically you, Hugo, who paid him to do it. But you know, maybe he has his reasons, and I'd really love to know if there is an interview out there with him in it. That's all I got.
All right, thank you, Mike Hawk, for the thoughts. But yeah, we're on the same page as far as Take-Two, Rockstar, putting out merchandise, doing events, stuff like that. Everything doesn't have to be about just releasing games and game sales. There's so much more to be had with their IP, specifically in the GTA world, that I would love. I would love stuff like that. They don't need to have a full-on GTA con or something like that where you know all GTA lovers get together, but if they did just sell just some like, well, they sell some merchandise, some stuff on Rockstar Warehouse, but it's very little, and there's nothing you can find in any store. I go into all kinds of stores nowadays, and there's tons of Minecraft, Fortnite, tons of anime things, video game characters in Funko Pop form, all kinds of stuff, but nothing for GTA, none at all. So, yes, I'm with you on that. Whoever, Take-Two, whoever, Rockstar, they need to do something for us, do something with us like that. I agree. The next thing you said about Stephen Ogg, I haven't heard anything. I haven't heard him talk about it or be asked about it. I don't know if he does much like interviews or many interviews nowadays, because I feel like the people that want to interview him probably want to talk about GTA, just like that Ned Luke podcast. That interview was about GTA, basically, you know, it was other things, but it's because he is Michael in GTA. That's why people want to talk to him, and he appreciates that and understands that. Franklin, I just saw today, he was promoting some GTA role play server, something to do with Franklin, solo, Sean Fontino. But Stephen Ogg on his Instagram is basically weird videos of him doing weird things, like laying naked in a stream, and then the description is a poem basically every time, and or it's him on some set being a very, you know, professional, important actor or whatever. So he doesn't seem like he ever wants to talk about it, but who knows, maybe he does. I don't know. I agree, I would love to hear somebody ask him about that, so we can kind of see where he's at or whatever, because it does suck for GTA fans, because we like him. That's why we want to call him Trevor, because we like his acting skills and the performance he put on. So Slick, what do you think about what Mike Hawk had to say?
So about Stephen Ogg, yeah, I mean, with the thing you said about, you know, his Instagram stories being him naked in a hot tub or something. Is that what you said?
Say it again.
Him being naked.
Well,
where?
Well, he's either doing yoga or he was laying in a stream on one of them. I'm pretty sure he was naked. I mean, you don't see his dingling or anything like that, but like he's out here being a kind of like eccentric character and stuff.
Right. I mean, laying naked, that seems like a Trevor kind of thing to do.
Yeah, but he's doing it. He's not doing it in like kind of a oh, I'm crazy Trevor type of way. He's doing it in like a I'm so different. Look at me. Look how crazy I am. Not like an angry kind of crazy.
Yeah, you know, people in the comments of your videos, or just the video about Stephen Ogg, have said maybe he's just in character as Trevor, which I guess they're saying that to make you feel better, but I don't even know if that's the truth or not.
Trevor. Yeah, well, I've never understood that argument, because Trevor wouldn't ride around saying I'm an actor and actors play certain roles. That's not a Trevor thing. He would have been like, go fuck yourself or whatever, you know? Right.
And the last thing I had to say was about the GTA, you know, merchandise thing. I think the closest thing we'll get to that, or not really, but it was something I saw on your Instagram that I found really cool, which was the real life Sprunk bottle, which was made after Sprite.
Mm-hmm. Well, the funny thing is, that's kind of what Mike Hawk was talking about there, that Cluck and Bell that got shut down. The guy who made those got shut down when he tried to do some more stuff like that. So that wasn't like officially licensed. So they said, fuck you, and made him stop doing stuff like that.
Do they know what it was modeled after? You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, Take-Two, yeah, they know, and that's why they shut it down. They said you can't use our shit.
It's kind of reminding me of that iRacing thing where you can't use Jimmy Pecorino as a name.
Yeah,
like they knew what they were trying to do.
Right, yeah, but except they own all this stuff. They own Cluck and Bell. They own Sprunk. If anybody tries to make any money off of that, they want to stop it, which is fair, because again, they do own it. But why don't they just join in on it? You know, be like, yes, we love what you're doing. We're gonna help you do this or whatever. You know.
Yeah, I mean, if they kept that place, running, I mean, without any trouble, I would love to eat there. I'm not even kidding.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. A lot of GTA fans would love stuff like that. So, but until like, I guess they do it themselves, we won't get it because they won't let fans do it either.
Right. Sucks.
All right. Well, that's it for the phone calls. And that's it for this episode. So thank you to SlickSchnatts for hanging out. Where can people find you, Slick? On YouTube?
On YouTube, yes. Super Duper Nick. And my I was about to say Discord, but that's more of a friend server thing. My name is SlickSchnatts Syndicate on Twitch, formerly SlickSchnatts Corporation, which is known as Busters by a lot of people on his stream.
Yes, that is true. Thank you, Slick, for hanging out. If you want to be involved in the next episode, people, you can email talkinggta69@gmail.com or call 1-818-691-5807 and leave a message. So I guess we will see you then. Thanks for listening. Goodbye.
And just like CJ says on Peyote, the post-mission phone call, I appreciate the opportunity, Hugo.
All right. Well, thank you, Slick. Appreciate it.